Hey Geekly, Kikai Wafra here, and today pull up a stool cause we've got a big one to unpack. We are talking about the never-ending soap opera that is Intel. And honestly, at this point, I think we need a flowchart just to keep track of who is actually steering the ship. Today's headline is that Intel has selected Pushkar Ranade as their new interim chief technology officer. For those of you who don't speak corporate musical chairs, the CTO is basically the vision guy, the person responsible for the tech roadmap, the future, the big ideas. The previous CTO, Sachin Kadi, left a few weeks ago, and now Pushkar Ranade is stepping in to fill the gap. Intel also announced a couple of other big hires. Ravin Colwell is taking over government affairs, and Annie Shea Weckesser is the new chief marketing and communications officer. Basically, a whole new front line for CEO Lip Bhutan. Now, let's play fair for a second. On paper, Pushkar Ranade is actually a very solid pick for the steady hand role. This guy isn't some random suit they parachuted in. He is an Intel veteran. He has been there for over a decade. He worked on everything from the 65 nanometer node all the way down to 7 nanometers. He knows the silicon, he knows the fabs, and he knows where the bodies are buried. If you want someone to come in, keep the lights on, and make sure the quantum computing and advanced materials teams don't set the building on fire while they look for a permanent replacement, he is your guy. It makes sense to promote from within to calm the investors. But it's when you look at the context of this announcement that I start to get that familiar twitch in my eye. Because here's the reality, Geekly. We have yet another interim label on a critical role. Interim CTO. In a technology company? That is like a restaurant having an interim head chef. It doesn't exactly scream confidence, does it? It screams, we're still figuring this out. And look at the other two hires they announced in the same breath. They didn't hire a new permanent chief architect or a silicon wizard. No, they hired a head of government affairs and a head of marketing and communications. So let me get this straight. The technology role is temporary, but the lobbying and PR roles are locked in. That tells you exactly where the priority is right now. It feels like the strategy isn't about building better chips to beat AMD or NVIDIA. It's about polishing the brand and making sure those government subsidies keep flowing. It's the classic corporate pivot. When the product is struggling, you double down on the marketing and the handshake deals. Lip Bhutan talks about a revitalized Intel, but from where I'm sitting, swapping out your visionary leader for a temporary caretaker while beefing up your spin team looks less like a revolution and more like damage control. They're literally building a war room for reputation management while the tech roadmap is in holding. Anyway, the full breakdown is in the description. Go read the fine print. So, Geekly, I'm turning it over to you. Is Pushkar Ranade the veteran hero who stabilizes the ship so Intel can innovate again? Or is this just more deck chair shuffling on the Titanic, proving that Intel is more focused on its public image than its silicon? Let me know what you think in the comments. And that is the wrap on this corporate leadership roller coaster. If you're feeling the vibe, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you think this fix is temporary or permanent. If you want to support the channel directly, the Buy Me a Coffee link is right there in the description. Quick question before I go. For the next video, do you want the futuristic neon background or the retro arcade setup? Let me know. I will catch you in the next one. This was Kikai Wafra for News Geekly Tech.